I not only didn't date men for a long time, I didn't even touch them. That is why I lived such an amazing life. Okay, the reason why I want to clarify this is because someone in the comments over on in YouTube was like, oh, I get it. By decentering men, you just didn't, when you say you didn't date men, you mean you didn't have a relationship with them. So you're like sleeping with them. No, I did not F with men at all. Now, maybe that was like a very extreme approach. But, honestly, I think I intuitively knew that I had too much codependency and too much unresolved trauma. I didn't know what that trauma was. I hadn't had memories yet. But I saw every time I tried to like put my toe in the water and just like have like a one night stand or whatever, it changed who I was. It changed how I thought. I mean, so the only time I did date really in my 20s at all was right before I'd leave a town. Right before I would move, I would like hook up because I knew there was an expiration date. The only way I was willing to mess around with men at all was when I was on vacation or when I knew I was moving, because I knew that I knew they were my kryptonite. Now, once I had done a lot more healing, and we're talking like decades of therapy and groups and body work and stuff. Once I'd done all that stuff, then I was open to like hooking up because I was so confident. I knew I would handle it differently. But in my 20s, oh God, I would get so easily like hypnotized, which is not really because they were terrible lovers, but whatever. Mind forked by like the worst dudes. There's this one guy in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He was the bartender, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming has probably like, I gotta tell this story in another video, but it probably has like the worst pool of men because they're all like pal bros and they think they're so even though the ratio in the wintertime is 10 to 1, 10 men to every one woman, all 10 of those men just suck. So I just remember I was hooking up with the bartender who was a total player. Honestly, a terrible human being. Just a terrible human being. And even that guy, I was like, don't you like me? Ugh. And I'm like, what the? And literally every time I tried to mess around with men, my confidence went just plummeted. And so when I say decenter men, I mean just like stop. Get yourself a good toy. Maybe hook up if you go on vacation. But if you keep finding yourself that you're losing yourself in relationships with men, it's okay to tap out. Honestly, my favorite thing in the world is like vacation hookups. And that's why when I finally did start hooking up with dudes, I always, even on my Tinder bender, I never hooked up with men who lived in my town. Never. I didn't trust myself. I only hooked up with men who were passing through town or when I was on vacation. Because I swear, man, they're such a liability. They will derail your career, your life. They'll convince you to do the craziest things and you're like, yeah, but maybe he's different. No. So anyway, I just want to clarify that. And thank you for this comment because this is exactly what it is. You are the love of your life. I am the love of my life. And it sounds so corny. It's like, oh, I'm the love of my life. But it's true. Your relationship with yourself also, which you learn in community, right? They want us to focus on finding our one true love, but that's BS. Most people, my friend Liz was one of my, I thought that was going to be my one true love. Just because I don't have any desire to have schmegs with her doesn't mean that we don't have true love. So many of my friendships, they give me so much love. I didn't need that from men. Now, when you do find that with a man who's like working on the healing, God, I need to get a haircut. And he's really working on himself. It's a beautiful thing, but honestly, I was prepared to be a golden girl. I actually wanted to be a golden girl. I was like, if I just like have all these amazing people in my life and then just like hook up with men when I'm home. Sorry, someone just saw me say that. So yeah, don't mess around with these men. If you're not in a good place, they will literally derail your life. They will take everything from you because patriarchy has taught them they're entitled to.